We need to talk about the disturbing AI disability trend that has popped up all over social media, because the truth about it all is incredibly disturbing. If you've been active on Instagram recently, you may have been recommended accounts that seem to be nothing more than adult content creators. But when you dig deeper, you'll realise that there's something much worse going on here. Take this post for example, by an account called Special Princess 2. The caption on the video reads, "Down syndrome doesn't mean that I can't give you what you want." And the video does show someone who does appear to have Down syndrome. If you took this at face value, it may seem just like your regular content. But in reality, this person doesn't even have Down syndrome. As it turns out, despite this person having 40 similar posts in their profile, it's all just an AI filter. And this is much bigger than just Instagram, because these accounts have even been popping up on TikTok, Twitter, and various other social media platforms. And it's becoming a real problem. I mean, look at the extent of this. I'm on this person's account right now, and they have so many posts that are just completely fetishizing Down syndrome. But there's one especially that she posted recently where she tags someone else. And although there does seem to be two people in this video, if we click in the account, we can see that it actually has the exact same link. It all leads to this person called Violet Cakey. And if we click on their profile, we can see that they charge £3.75 for 30 days, and they have over 2.1 thousand likes, meaning that people are actually buying this. And it does say that the regular price is $15 a month, so that's how much people are potentially paying for this. And just look at this follow count, they have 319,000 followers. And that's only on one account. If we go to this other account that they've tagged, even this has 12k. And it's all the same person using the same filter, and more that we'll get into later. And although a lot of the comments are genuinely calling out these people for what they're doing, some of them fully believe that this is real. Like, we've got this person here saying, "I'm in for both, how exquisite." I don't know why he talks like a knight from the 1800s, but we'll look past that. Another person saying, "I'll take both as my wives." Or someone saying on their bucket list. Because, you know, some people have, you know, climbing Mount Everest as their bucket list task, or maybe going to visit the pyramids, but this person has someone with a certain disability on theirs. They must live a riveting life. So you might be wondering how people actually figured out that this was AI, so let me show you. We'll take this post for example where they say, "Drop a fire emoji if you date a 5'3" Down syndrome girl." And if we look at it, we can see that the eyebrow of the filter is over her hair. And you know, that obviously wouldn't happen if this was real, because that's not how facial features work. And by the way, can I just point out how many likes these posts are getting? Because these top 6 posts are all from the last 24 hours. And they're all linking out to different accounts. Like, this person has a restricted profile, you have to be over 21 to view it. But I assume it's again one with a link to this Violet Cakey person. So there is a network of different OnlyFans creators doing this, but this Violet Cakey person seems to be one of the main ones, because she's very much, you know, she's running a lot of accounts under one network. And all of these are getting thousands of likes. Like, in the last 24 hours, the one with the most likes has 10k. But the others are all over 1,000 at least. And again, that's just in the last 24. So you've got this one with 24,000 likes. And that one was uploaded, yeah, it's still a day ago actually. So yeah, although there are a lot of people calling this out, there are also people who actually believe these people are real. And you know, I kind of feel bad for those people too. And there are so many accounts, like I say, with thousands of followers. So you've got the main one here, Special Princess 2, which has over 300,000 followers. But you've also got ones like this one, Simplicity522, with 26,000 followers. And it's kind of weird because, you know, it's almost as a, this is like the dead internet theory in person, because all of these accounts have such simple names where it's literally just like word or word_word and then followed by a number. And I don't really know who this Violet Cakes person is, like if they were kind of popular beforehand or if they're an actual creator in their own right, but it doesn't really seem like it, because I've tried googling some of their names that they use and I found basically nothing. I'm really interested to find out how this Violet girl actually, you know, got into this stuff in the first place, because does someone really wake up one morning and go, you know what I'm going to do is create an account with fake disabilities all to get clicks on my adult content? And that's a genuine question that I have. If anyone who runs any of these accounts for some reason is watching this video, Please tell me, what is your thinking behind it? Because that's probably the most confusing part to me. Now, content like this could already be seen as bad even if the person did have the disability. I'm not saying it is, I'm just saying it could be seen that way. It's like when trans people, for example, make the whole focus around their adult account the fact that they're trans. It can be seen as fetishizing not only the person in question, but the entire community. And you can take a guess as to who are the type of people who are consuming that content. Because when you focus on one aspect of someone's identity, whether it's a disability or being trans, then you're kind of ripping away the humanity in a sense. It's almost like the person and their identity is being treated as a category or just as someone's kink rather than a person. And when someone doesn't have the disability like we're seeing in this trend, then faking it can just further push home the dangerous narrative that fetish accounts like these ones are pushing home. And of course, there's also the aspect of this where this is genuinely affecting people who do have stuff like Down syndrome. It can almost be seen as a mockery, and for good reason, because when they're faking it, they don't really know what it's like. And the depictions that they're acting out can almost be stereotypical, which can harm people who actually have the disability. And using captions like, "Even though I have Down syndrome, I can still give you what you want," that's implying that it's almost an inherently bad thing. It's treating people like lesser human beings, even if that isn't really the case. And that's something you can never avoid when you wear disability as a costume. You'll always be acting out how society views these people because you don't really have any experience. So for this especially, there is no sort of justification. I've spoken a lot about AI this past year, and this situation has really highlighted some of the big dangers surrounding it. When AI filters are getting so believable that people will blindly follow it without batting an eye, that is concerning. That's when things are getting far too realistic for my liking. And this is a problem because some of these creators, and I say that word very loosely, they aren't even using their own pictures, but rather stealing pictures from people who are completely unaware. One of these fake accounts, brought to light by another content creator called Please David, was found to have stolen videos from another content creator who also has an adult account. They literally didn't do anything to the picture apart from put the filter on it, and they managed to get away for it for a while despite the original picture having thousands of likes. Thankfully, this account in question is now gone, but it certainly isn't the only one stealing pictures and getting thousands of likes in the process. ITV recently released an article where they found that one of these accounts had actually stolen the video of a 16-year-old girl, putting the filter on top of it and slapping a suggestive caption on it before uploading it. This brings us into a whole other realm of concern, because now not only are we stealing videos, but they're stealing videos of minors. And the account that the video was posted on, of course, had an exterior link to an account. This is a big problem on the internet nowadays, because as kids, we all want to make silly videos with our friends and post them to the internet, or at least I did when I was younger. But with the rise of not only AI, but predators being out there, you know, so blatantly, the internet is quickly becoming a very, very dangerous place, if it's not there already. And we're entering a time now where even the law hasn't caught up with technological developments. I already stand by that the law isn't good enough for the digital age, but with rapid technological advancements in AI and especially deepfake technology, especially when it's essentially being used to exploit a minor for clicks, then the law needs to be updated. There has been a debate over AI generated CSAM in a couple of countries recently, but we can't wait around when the harm is already happening, like we see in this example. Just imagine the effect that this can have on a person's mental health as well. If they know that their videos are being stolen to essentially advertise adult content, then that can be genuinely traumatic, especially for a minor. Imagine the long-term effects as well. Being paranoid that your content's going to get stolen again. The fear of not having your account on lockdown because a creep might stumble upon your stuff. The internet isn't safe for young people, and nowadays that's just a fact. All of this ties back to one thing as well: money. These people want to make a profit. When people fetishize whole groups of people, especially when it's niche, people are more willing to give up their money. And these creators know it. They are purposefully targeting corners of the internet where disabilities are seen as some sort of fuel, so they can tap into that for lots of clicks. But they also bank on us reacting. That's kind of the negative in situations like this, because shock marketing is their tactic. We still have to talk about it though, because otherwise this will just go on forever. But realistically, we have to rely on the platforms actually taking action, because the creators don't care. Every time someone is disgusted by them faking disabilities and they repost it with their thoughts, that's another view for them, and that's always more traffic to their page. And if people really want to see what's going on to get to the bottom of the rabbit hole and end up paying for the adult content, then that's actual money in their pocket. In the modern day, outrage pays, and that's exactly what they're going for. And that's exactly why they make the OnlyFans link on the profile so clear. And because these creators are basically all AI and don't really exist, there's no one to hold accountable. With fake names and fake faces, there is no risk of reputational damage. You can't cancel someone who doesn't really exist. That's why these accounts are so prominent as well, because if one gets banned, they'll always have another backup. They can easily just make another. Even if one person who they stole photos from were to take legal action against them, with nothing on the platforms that directly links back to them, the pursuer would have to rely on the social media platform being compliant, which is a big ask. And then with a new account, the person will just go after someone who's blissfully unaware, and everything starts all over again. Although these platforms don't really allow full-on nudity or the like either, the people behind these accounts know this, and this is another loophole that these people are taking advantage of. Nowadays, a lot of moderation is assisted by AI and content filters. So if the caption is suggestive, it's only really humans who are actually going to pick up on that, as long as the video isn't out of the ordinary. And the more people who click, the more the algorithm rewards it, without really taking a proper look at what it's actually pushing. Maybe I'm just getting old, but the more I see about the internet, the worse it gets. You know, with these predator books and predator rabbit holes and now AI disabilities, the world's going crazy. 20 years old and already a boomer. But hopefully the platforms start to take a stand against this disturbing content and the AI disability trend can be over for good. Thank you so much for making it to the end of this video, I really appreciate you. Like, subscribe, share the video, do all of that good stuff if you did enjoy. Let me know in the comments what you think of this disturbing trend. It's really messed up, so I'd really be eager to hear your guys' thoughts. And check out my social media, I have Instagram, Twitter, Blue Sky. And thank you so much to my Patreon supporters and YouTube members: Brooke, Entrepreneur, Morrigan, K4 Silver, Alex Rod, Based Finger, Carmilla, Tango Slime, Shoshka, Reed, Frozen Roses, Nisha Coles, and Midnight Kitty. I'll be back soon with another video, but if you want one right now, then YouTube thinks that you'll like the video that's on your screen.